I would like to show you how to assemble a 4x5x6 cuboid, and I will start by going over the different parts. As you can see, there are quite many unique parts, and I've laid them all out here. Now, because this cuboid really is quite a regular 4x5x6, nearly all of the parts are chiral. That means they occur in a mirrored pair. Look at these two parts. They're mirror images. They're not the same part. So basically, well, very nearly all of the parts occur in these mirrored pairs. So these are all the different parts. Of course, we have one core, and we have 6 centerpieces. This is one of them, and 5 look like this one, and one is special. It has bandaging pieces on it to keep the internal hidden layer for the 4 and the 6 layer thingies aligned. So there's one of those. The corners, this is one corner, and of course there are 8 corners, but these are chiral, so there's 4 of these and 4 of its mirror image. We have got 4 of these edge pieces, so these have a face that goes on the outside. And of course there are 12 edges, but only 4 look like that. The remaining 8 look like this. They're internal hidden pieces. So we have a bunch more of internal pieces. We've got 6 of these pieces. We've got 8 of these somewhat longer pieces, and as you can see, these fit together like so. And then finally we have 8 of this smaller piece. So these are the 3 pieces we'll be dealing with. So for the edges we also have 4 of this piece, and those go along with 4 of this piece, and these fit together like so. So 4 of these and 4 of these. And we also have 4 of this somewhat larger piece. We've got 8 of this piece, and this piece is chiral, so we have 4 of each mirrored type of this piece. Here. We've got 8 of this piece, and again these come in 2 pairs, mirrored pairs, chiral pairs of 4, so 4 of this piece and 4 of its mirror image. Same goes for this piece, 4 of it and 4 of its mirror image, for a total of 8. And for this piece also, total of 8 in 2 pairs of mirrored pieces. And this piece also occurs along with its mirror image in it, for a total of 8. And this piece occurs in 2 pairs of 4. And finally this piece right here, you actually have 8 of these pieces. This piece is not chiral, so 8 of this guy. And finally we have this piece, also comes in 2 sets of 4. And finally this piece, same thing, 2 sets of 4. So those are the pieces, and we'll get started by taking an M3 screw like this, and we'll put on this M3 spring. And finally I've got a very tiny washer. Let's not lose that. And that very tiny washer will go in here. So we've got about a 15mm screw and a 10mm spring. And we'll just start screwing these onto the core. and then you put it onto opposite. You can kind of pull on them to see if the tension is even. Just more. So you can just start off by screwing on all of the 6 center pieces. So that's half of none. I always try to get the tension approximately correct when I'm assembling. You can of course always adjust it once it's assembled. But of course it's never bad to start with something that's evenly tensioned to begin with. So that's the 5th centerpiece. And now we'll install the final one. So there you go, that's the core assembled. I'll just check whether the tensions are nice and even. This face needs to be a little. You can see these come up, when I pull on them they both move about the same direction. If one moves further than the other then you know it's not entirely even. But it doesn't matter, right, I might give all of them one more twist. Just so it's tight enough. You don't want this to be too loose. So, there we go. As you can see, right here we've got the bandaged centerpiece. So around this layer, we'll get the odd side. So this will be the 5 direction. And this, of course, this edge piece belongs to this 5 layer direction, so it fits into here, into this equator layer. Because this has got the bandaged pieces and this guy should not be bandaged, of course. So it should fit in like so. And then in order to make sure it stays put, we'll put in 3 more pieces. This guy will fit in like so. Then we've got this piece right here. And this piece. And it will just, it's easiest if you just like twist it into place. So there we go. And we'll just repeat this for the 4 remaining instances of this piece that we've got. So let's fit together like so. So that's half of this middle layer done. Oops. Yes, maybe this piece goes in last. So that's 3 out of 4. That's the final one. So there we go. That's our middle layer assembled. So now we can take one of these internal pieces, and as you can see on one side it's got a small indentation and on one side it's got a larger gap, and the smaller gap will face this middle layer. So it's going to go in like so, And then this longest internal piece, well, it really only fits in one place, like so. And then this piece, in this somewhat thick piece, can fit in like so. And then the thinnest of the internal pieces fits on this other side. And as you can see, because this is the bandage center, there's a little bit of gap here, but that's supposed to be there. So now I've put in one other edge piece, and because this is the bandage center on two of the sides, it doesn't need this larger internal piece. It only needs this guy. So that just goes in like so. And I'll just repeat that procedure to fill in those two gaps. And so here, same story. This edge piece here has a larger gap here than it has on the other side. And the piece where it has a small gap goes near the layer we just assembled. And then we just need to put in those three internal pieces. And they can really only fit in one way, so. There we go. That's one half of the hemisphere assembled. And now we can just repeat the same on the other side to get all of the internal edges into place. So now we're nearly done with putting the edge pieces into place. So here we go. We've got all the edge pieces into place, and now it's a matter of placing all the remaining pieces. So we'll start off by taking the corner pieces, and of course, since these pieces are chiral, this piece will either fit here or it will fit here. Now you can tell where it should fit just by pushing it in and seeing if it lines up with the rest of the puzzle, and this does not line up. As you can see, it sticks out slightly too far, so it should go over here, like so. This is the proper way for it to fit. And then of course, this guy is mirrored from that guy, so it should fit like so. So that's 2 corners in place, and of course you can start off by putting in all the corners first, but it just gives you a lot of rattling pieces around, so I prefer to put in just 1 or 2 corners and then fill in those quadrants. So let's take a look at the pieces we've got. We've got this piece right here will fit in like so. And as you can see, we also need to fill up that gap. And let me see. No, we should get this one here. That's the that one will fit in here, but of course it's easier to just put that one in first, and then this one just will click in like so. Actually, let me get rid of this corner for a moment. There we go. And so these very symmetric pieces, those fit over here, like so. And then we will take one of these pieces, and we'll fit in like so. This piece, one of these very large outer edge pieces. And of course now we need a rather large piece, this guy actually. And as you can see, on this one side it has a very large indentation. Oops, I've actually picked the wrong one. Should have gotten this one. As you can see, it has a very large indentation here, and that fits perfectly with that round bit there. So just push it in like so. There we go. This guy will fit in like so. One of these, you can see this one has a very thin foot. Will fit in right there. And then we'll need one of these. This one has a very thick foot, but it is actually, the piece itself is quite thin. And that one will fit in over there. So because this is spring loaded, you've got a bit of play with putting in all the pieces. So it doesn't really matter what you put in last, so long as it's not a corner. So we'll put this one back in. Oops, and I just lost a piece. And so a corner, let's make sure everything is nice in line so it doesn't start falling out. So here we've got the mirrored corner. So that this piece, which is the mirror of this piece, will fit there. But of course first we need to put in this piece. So you just need to use very light force to get these in. There we go. You've got one of these symmetric pieces again. Fits in like so. This piece, as you can see, with a somewhat thicker foot, will fit into here. Sometimes it helps to twist them a little bit. One of these edge pieces. Now let's see. That's this piece with the as well. It's very hard to describe these pieces or even give them a name. Let's see. I could now put in this piece, the one with the tiny foot like so. but it's actually more convenient to first put in this other piece. This guy with the quite thick foot, but it's very thin, you can see. So that one fits in over here, and this piece just fits in like so. So we'll take another corner. And it might take you a few tries to figure out which is the right mirror to put in, but you can see it relatively easily. See, look, this is an example. This piece here, that's not right. That's the wrong of the mirrored pair. This is the right piece, and this one does fit nicely. Oh, and of course, let's see this guy. Fits in like so. This one. Go. One of the symmetric pieces. Well, let's do a little bit of a different order, of course. You can also take the thin piece with the thick foot and put it in here. Alright, this one. There we go. Let's see this one. That's another one of these pieces. Oh, now you can see nicely how these two pieces interact. So there you go. And then finally, this guy. Just fits into here. And now we're basically halfway, well, more than halfway down the puzzle once you finish this corner. Yeah, that's the right piece. I really think that these cuboids, the 3x4x5 and the 4x5x6, these really are the trickiest to assemble because there are so many unique pieces and they're all differently mirrored. So these are a very nice a puzzle if you want a puzzle for assembly. Of course, I have some experience with assembling this puzzle, so I can see quite easily where things should go. And that's half of our puzzle done, and let's see, yes, there we go, it's turning. Of course, at this point it will not turn very nicely because you really need the entire puzzle assembled for it to stay aligned and stuff. Because otherwise you won't have proper distribution of the pressure. And now we're going to go to this hemisphere. Right here we've got the banded center again. And it will be easiest to start with this corner because here we've got really all the bandaging going on. And if we try and build all the other corners first, then here we've got a little bit less flexibility to work with because this is bandaged together. So I'll start with, for instance, this piece. Oh wait, of course I need to start with a corner. If you don't start with a corner, things get very ugly, and that's the wrong one. Ooh, this corner still had a bit of powder in it from the printing process. Let's see, I have a little trick for removing excess powder. So normally this would hold water, but it also doubles as a very nice way of getting some pressurized air into your parts to clean them. And of course the lungs are also a very good tool for getting some pressurized air. Ooh, let's see, yes, I messed up again on the mirrored part. As you can see, these don't quite line up right. This is the wrong of the one of the pair. I actually needed this part. And of course it's fine if it takes a little trial and error, at least for me. There we go. That's and in place. There we go. So what I'm doing when I'm putting in one of these parts, you can see this one has a part that hooks into this gap. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing that way when I'm putting it in, so it can hook in like so. And with this part, similarly, it has a hook that looks like this, so I'm going to push it that way to get it to go in. So, there we go. Oh, wrong part again. Oh wait, that's not the right part at all. I needed this one. And that's not the right part either. That's the one. I'm just using my screwdriver to push that piece around. It wasn't entirely aligned anymore. Come on. Yes, there we go. So now it's very nearly done. Of course, as you get closer to the end, it gets a little trickier because you have less room to push pieces around. So I think for the last step I'm going to put in these two corners because these need the most room to fit in. So I'll put those in first. So now I'm sort of working in a symmetric way. So it's going to be the last look we get at the mechanism. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So now we're nearly there. So by now I've realised I've actually picked a little bit of a weird order to finish this off with, but I can manage. So, oops, chill. Those mirror parts are so confusing. There we go. Two more parts to go, one on this side, one on the other. So this one has the hook going that way, so I'll push it that way to get it in. There we go. And the last part. Clean up some of this mess. And there we go. A fully functional 3x4 4x5x6 cuboid. And of course, at this point I still need to make it a little bit tighter. It's a little bit loose for my taste. And once I've broken it in a little, I will lubricate it and then will turn very nicely indeed. Very good. So if you need to adjust the tension, it's just a matter of just kind of misalign these pieces and then you can get a look at the screw inside. Your screwdriver will just fit in like so. So that is how to assemble a 4x5x6 cuboid.